Okay, this video is going to have some explanation. Yes, I know I said that I was going to do, well, more videos and more stuff, and no, I did not get I do not have cancer. It's not because of the fact I'm suddenly coming out as being a human being. See what I did there? No, it's because I got this. In all seriousness, I went to the doctor experience in Cardiff. It was really good. It was really good. And I was filming there. Unfortunately, since I'm a minor, technically, it was ruined because my parents and stuff there. Oh my god, it was disappointing. Yes, I couldn't complete the video. So I decided, you know what, for tomorrow, I'll do a room tour. Yeah, I spent 2 days in Cardiff, and I did not get any videos done. Unfortunately, when I tried to do the room tour, because after that whole thing that happened, I took more than 100 pictures. Yeah. And for some reason my room tour wouldn't upload, so I did another one, and if that didn't upload, and this is probably not going to upload as well. Yay! My tablet is absolute crap. Yeah, it can do like several lights, and yeah. Ooh. I might do a review of this. I don't know. It's really good, though. So yes, after a few days, let's say 4 days, kind of, I've decided to do this. And I've decided to go back to what I'm good at. I reviewed the first sontaran story, so I decided to review the second sontaran story in Classic Who. The sontaran experiment. Yes, I've been binge watching a load of Tom Baker stories, mostly due to the fact that I recently purchased Terror of the Zygons and Image of the Fendal. Well, I decided to review this because why the hell not? And I'm going to do Terror of the Zygons as a kind of crossover with a certain Lion Gamer 2000 and possibly a certain Owen Thompson. You know who he looks like. You know what he looks like. If you haven't seen him in your whole entire life, your life has not been blessed. Yeah. So, but after the Doctor, Harry and Sarah decided, what this shit, we're going to Earth, we are. After the events of Ark in Space. Yes, this is the first, I think this is one of the first seasons to actually have, in Classic, to actually have a story arc. They find themselves on, the Doctor, Harry and Sarah find themselves on Earth in the far future. long since abandoned by the human race. But soon it soon becomes clear that they're not alone. A shipwrecked crew of Galsec colonists are being hunted down one by one. What is the creature that lives in the rocks? And what is the purpose of the lethal tests it's conducting? Can the Doctor ensure the safety of Earth for the future generations of mankind? Now, this story is by Bob Baker and Dave Martin, and they're not the best writers. Well, except for this story and another story, The Three Doctors. This is a little bit better than most of their stories turn out to be, because most of their stories turn out to be okay or crap. Yeah, this is a really good story, and I don't see many people talking about this story. Yes, to be fair, it's right next to Genesis of the Daleks, and it succeeds. It succeeds Ark in Space, which are both beloved stories by the Doctor, by a load of people in the Doctor Who community. But still, this story is really good. Yeah. It's kind of the first story that introduces the gothic horror aspect that became relevant, that became a little bit more, that reoccurred a little bit more after this story in the Philip Hinchcliffe era. The first two stories, especially the first, are nothing new for Doctor Who. Like, they've tackled Earth colonies, and they've tackled they've tackled robots before, and organisations. The Doctor has done all that. Tackled with humans messing around with technology they shouldn't be messing around, and tackled with aliens invading a Ark. But this time, the Sontaran in this story is conducting experiments. I didn't actually say the Sontaran experiment. Yeah, I did. Is to see how humans will survive things like fear, dehydration, seeing if there's any weaknesses for humanity. Yeah, and it's quite terrifying. Yeah, it does earn its PG rating. Yeah, some of the stuff in this story is a bit terrifying. And since I'm an avid hater of snakes, it has a snake in it. Granted, it looks not really like a snake. It's still a snake, and it's practical effects, and hooray for practical effects, despite how crap they are. Yeah, this despite the fact that you can when Tom Baker was filming, in the scene where Field Major Steyer, the sontaran in question, chops him like karate chops him on the shoulder. It actually hurt him and broke his collarbone. This story is dangerous. The production of this story was dangerous. Since they were filming only outside and no indoors and sets were constructed for it, and it's a rocky terrain on Dartmoor, and it's very dangerous when you're looking around rocks. Yeah, this story is very dangerous because actually the person who played the sontaran, Kevin Lindsley, he unfortunately died I can't remember, sometime after the story, after his part as Steyer and the Grand Marshal, his parts as those two sontarans, which the only difference between them is one has two discs on his two laser discs. Anybody remember laser discs? Of course not, because it died as soon as the craze began, the VHS craze. Yeah, he died. I can't remember why he died though. Must have been like some kind of accident. I don't know. I can't remember honestly. But my memory, I don't keep track of these things. And yeah, Tom Baker, halfway through shooting, broke his collarbone, so he couldn't shoot the fight scenes. So instead, you had this guy named Terry Walsh, and he had to be in the fight scenes. He was the stunt double. It was the first time stunt doubles were used on Doctor Who, and I think the last time. Because, well, actually no. Sylvester McCoy was a stunt double for Colin Baker whilst the Sixth Doctor, whilst they were filming the Sixth Doctor's regeneration scene in Time and the Rani. So yes, despite the fact that he looks nothing like Tom Baker, we even get to see his face. It actually feels like the Fourth Doctor has been in this role for more stories than it actually appeared to be. To me, it feels like he's got a grasp of his Doctor and who he is, but this is only just his third story. When Patrick Troughton, one of the greats, but not as great as Tom, maybe this is the reason, only got a grasp of his Doctor in the moon base. Like Tom, he acted like when he first spoke in Robot, he acted like his Doctor, so and even though nobody would recognise Tom Baker, and nobody probably knew what acting credits he had before Robot, before his part as the Doctor. he's 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 like a professional actor. Though Patrick Charlton had to take a few stories to, well, like, to get his Doctor. Now that is an achievement for a man that didn't have many. Patrick Charlton had more roles than Tom before his appearance in Doctor Who. He even played Robin Hood, but he took a long time to get to grips with his Doctor, which proves that Tom is a really good really good actor. Yeah. Lynx is... I mean, Steyer. Even Sarah Jane got them mixed up. Yeah, Steyer, he had a threatening presence, even though the costume for Steyer is a bit shit. Not as good as what Lynx had. Not as realistic as Lynx was. Yeah, you could clearly see the mouth underneath his mouth underneath the mask. With Lynx, you couldn't. You thought that the mouth, you couldn't see. You thought that the mask, the mouth, that you didn't have this. You didn't have this here. The makeup was better on Lynx. He was very threatening and legit scary, and actually I would recommend this to people. I would recommend this story to anybody who's new to Classic Who, because this story is only like 49 minutes. If you've seen the new series either does 45 minutes or 40 or 50 minutes. The new episodes do 40 minutes, 50 minutes they do. So this is the perfect Doctor Who story to introduce you to. Yeah. The supporting cast was good. Especially like their accents. I don't know if they're meant to be, if they're Scottish people, something along those lines. They sounded like it. Yeah. And they don't believe the Doctor when he says he's from Nerva, which makes sense, because Nerva, they have not reached Earth. They didn't reach Earth, so they basically think it doesn't actually exist, and they don't believe the Doctor. Yes. And that robot, how did they make that robot work in that environment? It's a shock that it can even move a centimetre without falling down. Yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, I thought this episode was... It's a good story. I have to say, Genesis is a little bit better, but this is a very underrated story, and nobody talks about it as often as it should be, because this is a really nice story. So I'll see you next time when, I don't know, fuck all happens. Goodbye. Now, yeah. See ya. Get out of it now. Right?